This Python brief code showcases the usage of map function and join method in Python and tries to illustrate an example of what is the impact of using them. So first we are defining a list M with two elements. As you can see, one element is another list with one element inside, and the other one is also another list with 0 as one element inside. Now in the next line we are using print and printing the length of a string, and that string is formed using combination of join and then list and then map function. Which one of these is the right answer? So that's the question. Okay, so now that we figured out the list M, let's take a look at what's happening with the map function. So map function is mapping string element by element on list M. So here what we have is a list M with two elements. So let's map the string to that. So what happens is after we do this, the outcome turned out to be an object, which then via list turn into a list. So we get a list that has these elements inside. So we have this one and we have this one, because as we saw, these are the two elements inside list M. So each of them, a string is mapped to each of them. So when we map the string on each, then you get these new strings inside the new list. But then what happens is after that we are multiplying list by the length of M, and length of M obviously is 2 because there are two things inside M. So when we multiply list by 2, which is the length of M, we get a new list that looks like this. So that's one element. That's the existing second element. Now we have to repeat the whole thing because that is the impact of multiplying a list by 2. So we are repeating this stuff inside the list. So this is the new list. Now what is happening is we are doing a join, and at the same time we are saying that when you join things that are inside this list, let me change the color. So what is happening is we have a list, and inside the list we have 4 things, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we are using join to join these things into a string, but we are saying that, hey, join them while you insert a comma in between. So what happens is we form a string that has this as the first part of it, and then we have to put a comma and then put the second one there. So this goes and sit here, and again insert a comma because that's the command, that is the demand there, and then this is the next thing inside the string, and again insert a comma because that's what is required to do the joint, and then finally this last thing is the last portion of the new string. So this is our new string, and in this new string we can now count, because at the end, after we form the string, we have to compute the length of it using len. So there is a len, as you can see inside the print, the final len that is computing the length of this. And to compute the length of this, we just count the number of characters. So we have, or things inside the string. We have, as you can see, let me change the color. So we have, starting from, let's say here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on and so forth. 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 16, 15, 16, 17. So we have 17 things inside, and as a result of that, we have this as the right answer. So the answer is 17. There are chances that somebody might have made a mistake and, for example, either not properly count the number of commas that you're inserting in the string, therefore you end up selecting different number, or the consideration that we make a mistake by mapping the initial string on the rather than element by element on the given list, on the whole list, then you will end up with different thing. I hope that this example is helpful in terms of illustrating what the impact of using map function and join method in Python are or is.